Late payments are one of the most common problems in small business. Not because every client is trying to avoid paying. Often, invoices get buried in inboxes, accounting teams miss deadlines, or business owners simply forget. But for the person waiting on the payment, the impact is real. A freelancer may be waiting on a deposit before starting the next project. A small agency may need that payment to cover contractors. A local service business may have dozens of invoices sitting unpaid, while the owner spends evenings sending reminder emails. This is where AI automation is starting to change the process. Instead of manually checking which invoices are overdue, writing uncomfortable reminder emails, copying client details from spreadsheets, and updating your CRM by hand, an automated system can do most of the repetitive work in the background. It can detect when an invoice is approaching its due date. It can send a polite reminder before the deadline. It can follow up after the deadline. It can adjust the tone depending on whether the payment is 1 day late, 7 days late, or 30 days late. It can notify your team, update a client record, and create a task if the situation needs a human decision. The goal is not to replace judgment. The goal is to remove the manual chasing and make the process consistent. For many small businesses, invoice follow-up is inconsistent because it depends on memory. The owner remembers to send reminders when cash is tight, but forgets when the business gets busy. The result is unpredictable collections, awkward conversations, and administrative work that could have been handled automatically. Let's look at a practical example. Imagine a small creative agency with 10 to 20 active clients. The agency sends invoices through accounting software. Some clients pay immediately, some pay after a reminder, a few regularly pay late. Without automation, someone at the agency checks the accounting dashboard once or twice a week. They look for unpaid invoices. They open the client record. They write an email. They try to sound polite, but firm. Then they make a note somewhere, maybe in the CRM, maybe in a spreadsheet, maybe nowhere at all. This sounds simple, but it compounds. If the agency has 30 unpaid invoices, that could mean 30 different follow-up messages, multiple payment statuses, and several different relationship contexts. One client may be a long-term partner who simply needs a friendly reminder. Another may have ignored 3 previous messages. Another may have already said the payment is being processed. AI automation can turn this into a structured workflow. The first step is connecting the source of truth. For most businesses, that is accounting software like QuickBooks, Xero, FreshBooks, Wave, Zoho Books, or another invoicing platform. The automation watches for invoice events: invoice created, due date approaching, invoice overdue, invoice paid, or invoice still unpaid after a certain number of days. The second step is defining the reminder schedule. For example, the system might send a friendly reminder 3 days before the due date. If the invoice is unpaid on the due date, it sends a short payment reminder. If the invoice is 3 days overdue, it sends a more direct follow-up. If it reaches 7 or 14 days overdue, the system notifies the business owner or creates a task for manual review. The third step is where AI becomes useful. Instead of sending the same robotic message to every client, an AI layer can generate or personalize the email based on context. It can include the client's name, invoice number, amount due, due date, payment link, and project name. It can adjust the tone to match your brand. It can keep the message short and professional. It can summarize the invoice history for your internal team. And it can draft a follow-up message that a human can approve before sending. For example, a pre-due reminder might say, "Hello Sarah, just a quick reminder that invoice 1042 for the March website maintenance package is due this Friday. You can view and pay it using the link below. Thank you." A 3-day overdue message might say, "Hello Sarah, I wanted to follow up on invoice 1042, which was due on Friday and currently appears unpaid. If payment has already been sent, please disregard this message. Otherwise, you can use the payment link below. Thank you." A 14-day overdue internal alert might say, "Invoice 1042 is now 14 days overdue. The client has received 2 reminders and has not responded. Suggested next step, review the client relationship and send a manual follow-up." This is important. Good automation does not mean aggressive automation. It means consistent, respectful, and controlled communication. The tools involved can vary depending on the business. At the center is usually an invoicing or accounting tool. Then there may be an automation platform like Zapier, Make, Pabbly Connect, or N8N. These tools connect your accounting system to your email platform, CRM, Slack, Google Sheets, Airtable, or project management software. An AI tool can be added to draft or customize messages. This could be an AI writing model connected through an automation platform or built-in AI features inside a CRM or accounting tool. The AI should work from templates and rules, not random improvisation. A CRM can store client context. For example, HubSpot, Zoho CRM, Pipedrive, Monday, Airtable, or a simple spreadsheet can track client status, payment behavior, and follow-up history. An email system sends the message. This could be Gmail, Outlook, or an email marketing and transactional email tool. For invoice reminders, it is usually better to send from a normal business inbox or from the accounting software itself, so the message feels direct and relevant. A payment processor completes the loop. Stripe, PayPal, Square, QuickBooks payments, or bank transfer instructions can be included in the reminder depending on how the business accepts payment. Now, let's break down how a simple automation might work. Step 1. An invoice is created in the accounting system. Step 2. The automation records the invoice details: client name, email address, invoice number, amount, due date, payment link, and current status. Step 3. 3 days before the due date, the system checks if the invoice is unpaid. If it is already paid, nothing happens. If it is unpaid, the system sends a friendly reminder. Step 4. On the due date, the system checks again. If unpaid, it sends a short reminder with the payment link. Step 5. 3 days after the due date, if the invoice is still unpaid, the system sends a slightly more direct message and updates the CRM record. Step 6. 7 or 14 days after the due date, the system stops fully automated follow-ups and creates a human review task. This prevents the system from repeatedly emailing a client when the situation may require judgment. Step 7. When the invoice is paid, the system updates the status, stops all reminders, and can send a short thank you message or notify the team. This is the basic version. More advanced versions can add segmentation. For example, high-value clients may get a softer reminder sequence. New clients may receive clearer payment instructions. Clients with a history of late payments may trigger earlier internal alerts. Retainer clients may receive recurring invoice reminders automatically every month. AI can also summarize payment patterns. It can help identify clients who consistently pay late, invoices that are frequently disputed, or services that require clearer payment terms up front. This can help the business improve its process, not just chase payments. But there are limits. First, AI should not make legal decisions about debt collection, penalties, or escalation. Late fees, payment terms, and collection procedures can depend on contracts and local rules. Businesses should review those policies with qualified professionals when needed. Second, the system must avoid sending inaccurate messages. If a client has already paid, but the payment has not synced correctly, an automated overdue email can create confusion. That is why payment status checks, delays, and manual review points are important. Third, tone matters. An AI-generated message should never sound threatening, emotional, or careless. It should be professional, factual, and aligned with the relationship. Fourth, data privacy matters. Invoice details include client names, email addresses, services, and payment information. Any automation tool should be reviewed for security, permissions, and data handling. The cost of setting up this kind of system can range widely. A very basic setup might use built-in invoice reminders inside accounting software at no additional cost beyond the existing subscription. A more customized setup using an automation platform and AI may cost anywhere from a few dollars per month to a few $100s per month, depending on volume and tools. The benefit is not only faster payment, it is also saved time, fewer forgotten follow-ups, cleaner records, and less emotional friction. For a freelancer or small business owner, the biggest win may be that they no longer have to spend Friday afternoon writing uncomfortable emails to clients. The future of invoice follow-up is likely to become more intelligent. Instead of simple reminder schedules, systems will predict which invoices are at risk of being paid late. They will suggest better payment terms. They will recommend deposits for certain project types. They will summarize account history before a client call. And they may automatically route different types of payment issues to the right person. But the most useful version is not the most complicated one. The most useful version is the one that gets installed, works reliably, and makes your business more consistent. If you run a small business, agency, freelance operation, or creator business, invoice automation is one of the most practical AI workflows to start with. It has a clear trigger, a clear outcome, and a repetitive process that does not need to live inside your head. Start with a simple rule. Every invoice should receive the right reminder at the right time, without you having to remember it manually. Then add AI carefully, not to pressure clients, but to make communication clearer, more personal, and more professional. Because in small business, automation is not just about saving time. It is about building systems that protect your attention, your relationships, and your operations. Subscribe for daily videos on how AI and automation are changing business.